guys, it's Lauren again from RVA's very own Society. And welcome to the Tyrant's legendary walkthrough of Halo Wars. Now today's mission, I really hate this part of Halo, it's a flood. So please, don't forget, rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Oh, and good luck.
Spirit of Fire, this is Red Team. We're 100 meters from Anders' transponder signal, meeting strong resistance. Seeing some pretty crazy stuff out here. Over.
Hold your position, Red Team. Reinforcements will come to you. Sergeant Forge, rendezvous with Red Team and find Anders.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Tyrant's legendary walkthrough for Halo Wars. Today we are doing Mission 9, The Flood, or as I like to call them, The Flood. You automatically start out with a base and a few supply pads, but you also have a secondary place right here where you can place another base. I'm a poet and didn't even know it. So my first recommendation to make this mission a lot easier for you is to send Sergeant Forge over there so you can actually activate that base. Meanwhile, down here, go ahead and start building up your base here. Right here. And right here. You want to surround the place with turrets, and I want to recommend missile pod turrets because flood pure forms are in this mission. Now, these are not the pure forms that you saw in Halo 3. These aren't tank forms, ranged, or stalkers. These are forms called a thrasher. It's like some sort of a tank form that looks kind of like a hunter. And they have dreaded flying forms as well. Now you see that little node right there. Our goal is going to be to kill those things so we can weaken what they call the Gravemind. So there's this flood stalk stops jizzing all over Sergeant Ford. It should be in pretty good shape. I guess the Gravemind is a step between the Keys Gravemind from Combat Evolved and the Gravemind from Halo 2 and 3. So once we have Forge up here and the resources needed, unfortunately we still need a couple more credits for that to work. So we're almost there. Your elephants are also here from the previous mission, so you want to strategically place them around the base to help defend it, especially before you've got your turrets online. But this will help things a lot. Now, primarily infantry flood will attack the northern base, if any at all, and then flying flood and thrasher forms will attack this one. So my recommendation, again, missile pods for the turrets. Place the elephants at each corner of the base. I think most of the attacks typically come from the northwest and northeast, whereas at the top base it primarily comes from the west. And you want to max out all of your bases here. All your base belong to me. I guess the elephants were good for something after all. And you want to fill every little slot, I don't know what you call them, at your base with supply pads, except for a few. You're going to want to have all supply pads fully upgraded, except you're also going to want to have 2 reactors, also upgraded, 2 vehicle depots, and 1 field armory for research. No infantry. You do not want infantry in a mission with flood, and because of the flying flood, flying units like the Hornets and Vultures aren't quite as useful in this mission as they were in Anders' Signal. Now, the nice thing about having 2 vehicle depots, especially in 2 different bases, is that you can use one for research for upgrading your tanks and the other for actually producing your tanks. Now, what sucks about the basic fire base is that there are no nodes where you can build turrets, so you do want to make sure that you've got them up quickly. I don't think Forge is going to be able to hold out very long with this little pea-shooting shotgun.
Station upgrade complete.
Now, some people told me they had trouble with this mission. I personally thought it was even easier than the last one. I guess it's maybe just how you prep for it. The Flood are more numerous, but for the most part, it's just a matter of prepping ahead of time. So we're going to get these supply pads going, get these credits rolling. It's really, really nice when you have tons of income just constantly coming in.
Reactor complete.
And that's what she said. I had to sneak that in there. I'm sorry. Also, you want to upgrade your turrets as much as possible. Now, keep in mind that you need at least 1 reactor, to start upgrading your turrets with those extra little add-ons like missile pods and rail guns and flame mortar, which, okay, once again, I want to make sure I've made this clear. You want missile pods for this southern base right here, and for the northern base you want flame mortar because, again, infantry are primarily going to attack the northern base, flying units the southern base. Now, another nice little thing you want to make sure you research in your field armory is upgrading your turrets themselves to medium and then finally large. Extra large. You also want to make sure you upgrade your carpet bomb and your population count, because the ending is going to be a mad rush. Now we play the waiting game. No, not really. I'm still going to talk and make your lives miserable. So, as you can see, we've got a lot of other things we want to research here. Again, don't bother with the air base or the barracks. It's much, much better just to go ahead and concentrate all of your actual ground units on tanks and your slots on supply pads. Look at those things. I've never seen those before. Now, here's what I don't get, and, you know, all you Halo junkies out there maybe can tell me. The biggest concern was that the Flood would leave whatever planet they were on and invade other worlds. I didn't realize they even had Flying Flood, which is why, you know, they tried to always capture ships and everything. So the Flood are dead, I'm guessing. Gravemind, in fact, means dead thinker. Or the thinking dead, I'm sorry. Okay. They probably can't breathe in space, so why don't they just send their flying units up through the atmosphere and land on other planets that way? I guess we'll never know, because Ensemble Studios is not around anymore. I don't know, maybe they'll expand on this in Halo 5. Come on, 343, watch my walkthrough, watch my walkthrough! So you want to build your turrets up here too. Again, supply pads, upgrade the supply pads. Really pretty simple formula in this one. It's not that complex at all. It's just mainly using your elephants and your turrets to repel the Flood that attack the bases, and then at the end, just doing that last mad rush. I'm not sure if Ensemble Studio was afraid they were going to make the Flood too difficult. And maybe that's the case. I never thought the Flood were really that bad in any of the other Halo games, except Halo 2. I don't know why they were so tough to kill in Halo 2. I guess the added shields, but, you know, as opposed to Halo 3 where you could just melee any of them to death. Even the tank Flood went down in one hit with the sword. I think on Mythic it took 2. Let's see. Alright, everything's going along nicely. I wish the upgrades would go a little bit faster here. I guess we need to concentrate on upgrading the reactors next so we can actually get our tanks to max capacity, as well as our turrets and our carpet bomb. The carpet bomb we're going to use at the end. Now, if you try to attack the Proto Gravemind head-on, it's very, very strong, very powerful. You're going to be there for days trying to kill this thing. And that's if its defenses don't kill you first. So the point in actually killing the Gravemind nodes is to weaken it significantly. It'll have like 5 or 10% health by the time you're done. And even then, it's still pretty difficult to kill it with just tanks. Alright, so I'm going to upgrade this. As badly as I want to upgrade these reactors, I know if I fully upgrade the supply pads, I'll be in much, much better shape just because of how fast the credits roll in. I mean, look at it. I can't even count that fast. I just insulted myself, didn't I? I'm going to probably just upgrade everything, because there's going to be a point where you're just waiting for a lot of buildings and units to build. So I'm going to try to make them build faster. As you can see, the base is not surrounded by old men ball sacks like the previous mission. And I was a little bit disappointed there wasn't a cutscene here. I really wanted to see what Ensemble Studios would have done with a CGI flood. I mean, we caught a glimpse of one in the beginning of Anders' Signal, but really that's about it. And even I didn't know that was a flood at the time. I don't even know what kind of flood it was. Maybe a thrasher? I don't know. So again, your pulsating balls here, they can either have supplies in them, they can either have infection forms, or the dreaded spore cloud, which is extremely deadly to any infantry. But since we're not going to be building an infantry, who the hell cares? Almost. There we go.
Supply pad complete.
So essentially the, I guess, main objective here is to turtle in your base as much as possible to keep the flood from taking it over.
Spirit of fire. Getting a little hairy here, sir. Where's that backup?
I'm working on it. Jeez.
Turret complete.
Aren't you Spartans? You just decimated an entire force of brutes in the last mission. Come on. Step up. Alright, canister shell. Let's see. Get flame mortars on this one. Yeah, and I just want to make sure my bases stay intact. Now, as you can see, when we brought Sergeant Forge here, there really wasn't a whole lot of opposition. Starting out, there won't be. It really just kind of increases as you go along. Most of it tends to be over there on the left-hand side of the map. There's just a lot of infection forms, a lot of combat forms over there. The Thrashers, the ones that I thought were, you know, maybe somehow the Flood had figured out how to take over the Legato worms and converted the Hunters, because that's seriously what they look like. But they're scattered around the map as well, and they're pretty tough.
Reactor improved.
They do pack a pretty hard punch. And so do I after a few drinks. Alright, so at this point we're going to start churning out Scorpions, get our forces to the max. And that's what we're going to use our southern base for, while we use the vehicle depot in the upper base to research.
Resources required.
Oh. Well, thanks to our many, many supply pads, this will not take very long. Come on. Come on. Come on. Are we there yet? There we go. Now, here's something that kind of bothered me a little bit. So, what was the point in the Arcadia missions plot-wise? So, we went to Harvest. That was where all the main stuff took place. You know, we got Harvest back after 5 years. Then apparently the Arbiter finds a relic that we beat him to. We follow him to Arcadia, and somehow our endeavors in Arcadia led us here. Although they never actually say how that happens. Arbiter just basically drop kicks Anders and abducts her and brings her to the Flood world. Which I'm still curious how the Flood got here to begin with, and how there is nothing attacking them at all. What was the point in the Halo rings if they have other planets like this? Well, never mind. That kind of answered my own question. Alright, so reactor's fully upgraded. Turret's fully upgraded. So now we just got to max out our population count, I guess. Now, I'd really like to just use one base to turn out tanks, because I don't want my tanks traversing through the terrain, getting attacked by Flood. Not without being en masse.
More resources required.
Okay. This is taking forever. Okay, Forge, attack the balls.
Yeah, it's dead.
Just pump as much stuff into them that you have. Man, that shotgun's pretty powerful. Okay, so supplies. Alright, that works.
I'm there.
Ah, spore cloud. Run! Run!
Being fueled and ready.
Now, I'm surprised that the turrets don't attack that thing. It's clearly an enemy, but I guess it doesn't have any health. It's kind of a low blow. I thank God a mass of those didn't attack the base. I wonder if they affect buildings. I've never actually seen them do that before. My guess is no. I think they're pretty much infantry only.
Improve.
Okay, gonna research the carpet bomb, max that thing out.
Ready to go. Ready for combat.
Go ahead and take out a few more of these things just so there's something to do while everything's upgrading. I think I maybe did a little too well on this mission. Nothing's happening anymore.
Right away.
Ah, there we go. We'll make trouble.
I'm there.
I can see where this would be difficult, and maybe you weren't utilizing both bases at max capacity. I think there are a lot of people who don't realize that upper base is there. But, I mean, as long as you're
Scorpion, ready to roll.
just pumping out those resources, you're making your wife happy. I mean, beating the mission. Let's see. Forge really doesn't have anything to do at this point. I don't want to take him away from the base just in case it does all of a sudden. There's a Thrasher! And he's a big boy too. See, he's got the hunter spines on the back and everything, but he's apparently not a hunter.
Scorpion rolling out.
But I mean, he's huge. I wish we'd had a chance to see those in Halo 3. See, and I guess they're starting to attack a little bit more frequently now, which is pretty much a trend in most of these missions. The longer you stay in one spot, the stronger the enemy gets. I've noticed with a few missions there's a turning point where they just kind of stop, but I guess that's if you attack them enough.
More resources required.
Yes, sir.
Alright, so we got to get our population count up, so I'm sorry, Marines, but
Roger that.
do your duty, defend your planet,
Rolling out.
that sort of thing. Uncle Sam's, vagina, all that other stuff.
On the way. We're going.
The terrain here is really kind of spooky. Now, I was surprised we didn't see any Covenant in this mission at all. No brutes, no nothing. It's like they just gave up after the last one. I mean, granted, I got a gold medal on the mission, but geez, I thought they'd do anything. You've got freaking suicide grunts, for God's sake.
Already at maximum population.
So, once your Marines are toast, which you can kind of use them to explore the map a little bit if you want to, you can max out your entire population with tanks. Much needed. And again, your tanks are fully upgraded, so you'll be able to take out these Gravemind nodes very, very quickly. Go ahead and gather some supplies while we're at it. So we can make sure that carpet bomb is fully upgraded as well for that last final strike.
Scorpion.
Nothing's attacking these guys at all. Come on. I have to actually send you to your death?
We're on them.
Alright, maybe there's some
Make some noise.
infection forms in here.
We'll get 'em.
God, that ball's oozing. You might want to get that checked. Always remember to visit your local gynecologist.
We're going in.
Yeah. It's the first time I've been disappointed by seeing supplies.
Reserves researched.
Oh, jeez, he came out of nowhere. I bet he wish he hadn't, though. And might as well make this research as well, simply because you do want your tanks moving fast to get these nodes as quickly as possible.
Scorpion, ready to roll.
I told them to go further away. Why are they...
Yes, sir.
I guess the tanks are blocking them in. Don't just stand there, crawl over them. Do something. Anything. You're killing me.
Order.
You're killing me that I'm not killing you.
Moving out.
Alright. Alright, so I guess we'll move these guys out. Try not to advance too far so my tanks do not get attacked. Because I really don't want to have to build more if I don't have to. And really, you can get through this mission without having to kill a single unit if you want to. Which is kind of cool. You really can have a legitimate no deaths run. And by no deaths, I mean no military deaths. Of course, all of my missions I do without saving and quitting or dying myself. Alright, so we're going to explore this a little bit. Maybe go to that next little Gravemind node. Uh-oh. That's right. Get arrogant. And miss. And they're flood now. Alright. Good stuff. Now we can build another tank. Now, these, again, flying flood can be very, very deadly if you don't have these fully upgraded missile turrets. But we do, and we have tons of infantry down there as well. And I don't think anything's attacked that base at all up there. Wow. Aside from the infection forms that we released. We released the flood. Okay, dying trees. All tanks. I think at this point we're about ready. I'm going to anchor the elephants. I'm not sure why I didn't do that in the first place, just so they don't follow me around. They're very slow, and your tanks will keep up with them. Or slow down for them. Okay, we're in good shape there. So now it is time to move forward. And destroy the Gravemind.
All units.
Sure thing.
We will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day. First node is down.
Not sure what just happened, but the large one
And it's the only one on this side of the map. Uh-oh.
Yes. When the
More
colony
spores.
was destroyed, I registered the large creature weakening.
We noticed a few colony creatures on the way in. We can weaken the big one by taking them out first. Uploading coordinates.
Local units. All units.
I'm there.
Well, I feel kind of bad for Forge. I want him to get back up. Don't die on me, Forge. We will avenge your death. You've given us so many good times in Blood Gulch. Kill the jizz machines. Full power. Okay, Forge should be right about now.
Forge is back up.
There we go. Alright, attack the others. And now we got plenty of resources to actually heal. That's awesome. Keep these tanks alive. No man down. No man down. Army of 12. Go. You gotta wonder the Covenant perspective on this. Lost to those ones.
You got it. Leave it to me. I'm moving.
Local units.
Gotta be honest with you, I think they're actually doing pretty freaking well considering Master Chief isn't around. Granted, you've got the other Spartans that we're about to rescue. And I feel kind of bad, too. I mean, they've supported us the entire game, and we're just kind of leaving them there right now. But yeah, these nodes are a little bit more intense. They actually have some defenses around them, as opposed to that first one that we took out.
Local units.
So again, just make sure your units are all healed, concentrating on one node at a time. You could theoretically, I guess, just go ahead and blast the nodes and ignore everything else, but I don't want to take any chances on losing any tanks, so I'm just going to go ahead and nuke everything from orbit.
Right away. Regeneration healing targets.
And as you can see, with fully upgraded tanks, with canisters and power turrets,
Keep
These
killing
things
those
fall pretty
things.
quick.
The big one is even weaker.
And also I want to kill these guys to see if we can get our score high enough to get another gold medal. Seriously, I'm going to be insulted if I don't in this mission. It's been that slow so far.
Units. All units.
I'm moving. Let's do this. On the way.
So now at this point I'm just going to rush it. I think we've killed enough.
Yeah, it's dead.
Enemy engagement.
Moving out.
The other one's pretty close. Come on.
Right away. Let's
Ignore
do
the
it.
spore cloud. It cannot hurt you. You're in a vehicle. I don't think.
On the move.
Well, hopefully we don't find out the hard way. Why are you going so slow? Faster! Kill the Gravemind thingy.
Let's do this. Take him down.
Okay, at this point, after we get this guy, it really doesn't matter if we go after the little infection forms or not.
I see the target.
Really, my main thing is just getting to the Spartans at this point. Oh, and that one's back up. That's why you got to be quick.
Moving out.
So we're going to cut right down the middle. Move!
I'm moving.
Enemy engagement.
Let's do this. Moving
Tanks so slow despite speed upgrade.
Take him down.
This one's got flying units protecting it. They kind of remind me of those birds from Halo 2.
I'm there.
Who knows, maybe that's what they infected.
You got it.
Or again, they're just pure forms.
Enemy engagement.
I'm moving.
Okay, so we got those, so I'm going to quickly try to get my units back up here to take out those last two nodes, and then finally the Proto Gravemind.
You got it.
Oh yeah, and rescue the Spartans while we're at it, because, let's face it, we kind of owe them one.
Moving out. I'm moving.
Come on. Come on.
Local units.
About time you guys showed up.
Shut up. You're
I've lost
okay.
Aaron's transponder. Could the creature be jamming the signal?
Okay, there's second to last node right there. Just pour everything you've got into it.
Rip 'em up. Take 'em
The
down.
faster you take it out, the better. Then we have one more node to kill.
Base under attack.
There's the Proto Gravemind. Oh, God.
Sure
That is
thing.
one big brain. Alright, quickly go across to this final one. Ignore the tentacles.
Enemy engagement.
Your units will shoot at them along the way. You've got Spartans and Forge at this point as well, so really nothing can take you out.
On the way.
You're 100% invincible. You know, I say that and watch. Just
I'm moving.
a giant flood form is going to come around and just wipe everything off the map. Just one big tentacle.
Take 'em down. Take 'em down.
Maybe High Charity will come crashing into it. As soon as the node's down. Okay, carpet bomb this thing quickly before any of the nodes resurrect. There we... No. No.
One of the colonies has regenerated, and a large creature has gained strength.
Okay, missed that just a little bit, so I'm going to send my tanks in. And just finish it off. It's got like 1% health left, but you see how long it's taking just to kill that 1% health. Hence why we had to destroy those nodes. But we did it nonetheless. That is the mission, the Flood, mission 9 on Legendary. Let's see what kind of metal we got here.
As soon as that creature
Ew. I was just eating Campbell's too. Alright, gold medal, sweet! Well, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, please rate, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for new Halo videos every single week here at MythicTyrant.com. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, I'm the Tyrant, signing off.